Hey guys, so NVIDIA has been faced with a very interesting problem. And I say NVIDIA, but it's not just NVIDIA, it's US customs as well. The United States government and NVIDIA have been faced with this very, very interesting problem: the black market of AI semiconductors. Now, this is something that has come to fruition because of trade exports against the country of China. So the United States government, back around the Biden administration, started imposing export constrictions between the US and China. These export constrictions namely revolve around GPUs and certain types of semiconductors used in computers. Basically, if it's something that could help China advance in AI, the answer is no. To put it bluntly, that's how it works. And that hasn't stopped them at all. And they found pretty clever ways around customs. So we're going to go ahead and cover it in today's video. Let's get right into it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go through this Financial Times article. NVIDIA AI chips worth $1 billion US have been smuggled to China after Trump export controls. Now, one thing I will add is they say after Trump export controls. This isn't entirely accurate. A lot of this started back around the Biden administration, and I'm not saying that as to try to say, oh, Biden did this or Trump did that. That's not what I'm talking about at all, and I'm trying to make this distinction because I know politics nowadays can get quite heated. I'm trying to make this distinction purely because it's, important to make. These export controls didn't start with Trump. They started with Joe Biden. In the Joe Biden era, these export controls started, and the Trump administration has been doubling down on them. So this is something that has been going on for quite some time, and it's kind of hasn't stopped anyone. So $1 billion worth of NVIDIA artificial intelligence processors, advanced artificial intelligence processors, were shipped to China in the 3 months after Donald Trump tightened chip export controls, which he did do. He did tighten the export controls a little bit further, more than what happened during the Joe Biden administration, but neither administration has really been able to stop it outright, because when people want something, they go out of their way hard to try and get it. So yeah, it's not an entire surprise, let's be real now. But it's still very interesting the way they're getting around these export controls. So let's dig in a little bit more into this. So multiple Chinese distributors have started to sell B200s, which is a type of NVIDIA GPU AI processor type of thing that you can slot into pretty high-powered servers. Multiple Chinese distributors have started to sell these to suppliers of data centers that serve Chinese AI groups. According to the documents reviewed by the Financial Times, this was shortly after the Trump administration moved to prevent sales of the H20, which was a less powerful NVIDIA chip tailored to comply with the Joe Biden-era curbs. So they're trying to even prevent the sale of the less powerful chips, but that's not stopping them whatsoever, because they aren't going for the less powerful chips. They're going for the ones they want, which is the good stuff. They don't even really care. Now, to be fair, it is legal to receive and sell restricted NVIDIA chips in China. Once it's in the borders of the Chinese government, they don't care. And you know what? That figures. Of course they're not going to care. But, however, it is illegal to send or sell them to China within the US. Now, technically, what could happen is that maybe you send it to another country that is allowed to buy these, and that other country that doesn't have laws regarding sending it to China sends it to China. Technically, that's doable, and that's probably what's happening here. Last week, however, the Trump administration did say that they would begin to allow the selling of its China-specific H20 chip yet again, but again, that doesn't really matter necessarily, because a lot of distributors are just buying the chips that they want, the B200s. They're just trying to buy the good one. Now, NVIDIA has insisted that there's no evidence of any type of AI chip diversion. There's no evidence that the company is involved in or has knowledge of its restricted products being sold to China, but yet they're being sold anyways. There's, if we look here, in this image. I guess it's a video of sorts. I don't really know. Oh, I guess it is a video. Let me try to get a freeze frame for you guys. This is absurdly difficult. Okay, but look, you can see here that these are social media posts on a platform called Xiaohongshu. It's a Chinese social media platform, and they're selling B200, B300 AI processors, servers, the whole 9 yards. They're selling this really high-powered equipment that technically by US export law they aren't supposed to have, yet they have anyways, which is something I find quite interesting. Now, let's be real, they're paying top dollar for this because this is black market. So not every AI company in China is going to go out and get these because they are going to be insanely expensive, and not every company there actually has the money for something like this. So they probably are going to opt for the, like the H200 chips, or even their own in-house chips, because they're starting to build those. A lot of other companies as well in the AI race are starting to take the approach of how do you call it? They're starting to take this interesting approach where they're basically saying, look, we can't get the good processors. Let's just make our model more optimized for less performant processors, which is what a lot of AI companies in China have been doing. They've just been optimizing the AI training and running process so that they can run these models that are more advanced can run on less powerful processors. So it's kind of going in both directions. Some of them are just trying to get their money's worth with the less powerful processors, and some of them are just trying to outright get the super powerful processors that they aren't supposed to have. Apparently a lot of these processors were sold in ready-built racks, each containing 8 B200s, as well as other components and software needed to just put in a data center. Basically they're just selling already pre-built boxes with a server in it. You just slot it in and you're good to go. So they're not selling the individual chips, they're selling the whole servers, which is either an attempt to make it more appealing to the buyer in the sense that, oh, it's a ready-built server, you can just slot it in, you're good to go, or maybe it's some fancy pants way of skirting around export constrictions. Nobody, fully knows, but it's certainly interesting. A lot of companies here have gone out and said, hey, we have not procured these chips. We don't have any related NVIDIA chips and a bunch of other stuff. So it's interesting, okay? I guess it shouldn't surprise me if a group of people want something, they're going to go out and get it. And you can see here, they have a lot of these things. Look at this. This is a warehouse full of pallets of servers ready to go, working with GPUs, all nice and ready, rack mountable even. It comes with the rails. Look, it has the rack mount ears, so you can put it in your server. Look, there's the rack mount ears right there on the side. It's ready to go into a server. It's ready to go into a data center. It's just ready to slot into your server rack, already good to go. These people are running an operation like clockwork, and honestly, it's pretty dang impressive. I gotta be honest. Credit where it's due. This is an impressive operation. They have pallets of these things. You can look in the video. They have pallets of just these servers for days and days. They're testing them. They have the power, supposedly, to run them. By the way, these things, if you put one of these in your home, you're going to blow a breaker, okay? Because these are the servers that, these take so much power and wattage and everything. It's ridiculous. But these people just have a whole operation going on. They have all the servers hooked up. They're testing them out. They got servers in the back, ready to ship, good to go. So if you want these chips, you just talk to this guy on social media and he sends it to you. And it's impressive, really. And you know what? It just, again, doesn't surprise me all that much. If you think about it, these are the cream of the crop, something that China can't quite replicate yet. They're trying, but they can't yet. they're still trying to innovate and make their own processors. Now, I'm not sure on this, so don't quote me, because I'm not sure if they have implemented rules like this, but it will be interesting to see if the Chinese government implements export restrictions on selling their processors to the US. I wonder if they'll do it kind of like Uno reverse. They'll do it the other way around, where they make their own in-house processors in country that the US can't have, and the US makes their own processors that China can't have. I wonder if we'll do something like that. That would be interesting. But I guess time will tell. But as you can see, export restrictions are nothing. And when a group of companies really want a piece of equipment or tooling or whatever, they will go out of their way to get it. And clearly, this is a great example of that. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about this. Like, comment, subscribe. Take care of you guys, and remember to stay safe out there.